Good evening everyone and welcome back to the Renault Mégane Trophy sponsored by Power Max Racing here with NXTGEN. I'm Jack TM53, your commentator for Lobby 2 as always, and what an outstanding and incredibly tense first race we've just had around the Austrian circuit. We are due to start at 20:43 for the races around this circuit for the full reverse grid for what will be the final race of the season. It's been incredible watching all the drivers so far throughout the championship, and although tonight has been a big focus on the championship fight, the quintet of drivers who went into race one with a chance of the championship, we're now focusing on a quartet as Silver Fox 40 unfortunately leaves the room, so I'm not sure what's happened there. 4 drivers now in the championship who can win. KZ2 Haas started the event quite a far way behind, but now he finds himself just 6 points off the championship crown. D Hartley has been third for most of the championship, has a bit of a championship lead earlier on in the season. He now finds himself just 5 points off the championship lead. Duds, the informed man of the second half of the season, is 7 points off the championship lead. But Dominator still has that gap. 7 points cover the top 4 drivers. KZ2 Haas joining in the chat there to say, hey, a quick one for KZ2 Haas, for if you didn't hear, you are currently 6 points off the back of NXTGEN Dominator. He's just said he's woozy. 6 points. 7 points covers the top 4. Duskiver out of the championship. He can play for anything now. It's down to him. Well, well, well. How will the drivers get on this circuit? Everyone has entered. We've lost Silver Fox 40, unfortunately. But 7 points covers the top 4 in a championship. And that might seem like a large bridge to gap for some drivers, but the context of this is that race victory and a fastest lap with that, as Silver Fox 40 rejoins. The difference between first and third, if you were to get the race victory and fastest lap, is 7 points. So there is certainly an opportunity for any of these drivers to take the crown. A bit of support for KZ2 Haas in the chat there. See how he gets on. 6 drivers, 5 drivers, then 4. We did have an outsider in form of Big Mad as a couple of rounds ago, but didn't go his way, and then 5 tonight, now down to 4. Just a reminder to the drivers, race starting shortly. This is it. This is where the championship will be settled around this Austrian circuit. Chalk just putting a quick comment in to say who is leading now. A reminder to everyone before we go into it. Dominator 3 is on 272. D Hartley's on 267. KZ2 Haas is on 266. And Duds is on 265. 7 points separate the top 4 in the championship. Let's check these event settings. They're all right. Let's get this underway. Chalk putting a comment in, summing up the situation. 15-minute shootout. Who will be the champion at the end of this season? We're about to find out in the next 15 minutes. But in terms of the reverse grid, we've got Silver Fox 40 on pole position, Shadowstalker's second. Watch out for Duds on the second row. He is going to need to make up as much ground as he can. But there's 15 minutes on the right hand side, and for the final time this season, here come the numbers. And the race is live from the Red Bull Ring, and Duds has got a terrible start. He's gone backwards as Chalk slivers his way through, and he moves up to third. Silver Fox 40 leads as they come into turn number 1. There's a bit of bumping, and D. Hartley's been pushed into the wall. Bit of contact between the drivers. Dominator causing all that as Chalk 12 looks to try and go through for the lead, but Shadowstalker's got that first place at the moment. He's got past Silver Fox 40, who did briefly lead. Duds has lost a position, but not as many as he could have done. He's in 4th place. There's a bit of a gap back to Dominator, Haas and Duskiver, and Hartley is at the back of the group. He got bunched into the wall. Dominator seemed to be a bit of contact between himself, Danzo, and then Hartley. That's going to compromise him massively. But at the moment, it's Shadowstalker who leads, and Duds is up to 2nd. He's making the moves he needs to. We're going to come out of the camera angles and get them all back. There we go. So, the field bunches their way through turn 4. There's Duskiver in 9th. D. Hartley's 2 seconds off the back of the pack. He is going to be furious at what happened at the start, but Shadowstalker leads the way. But here comes Duds, trying to make a move up the inside. KZ2 Haas's son is joining us in the Twitch chat at the moment. Obviously supporting his father, but at the minute, Duds putting on the pressure for Shadowstalker. Trying to remember the last time when Shadowstalker led a race in the Meganes in terms of a lap led. But Duds is going to take that away from him. Duds is on the inside going into the penultimate corner. He's surely going to get the move completed into the final one. He's giving it his all though, is Shadowstalker. And fair play to Shadowstalker. He is going to lead the lap. He gets in front of Duds. So Shadowstalker leads the way for the first time in what must be some time in this championship. He's got the lead. But Duds is trying to make a move. He's going to try and go to the inside. Can he get there? He's trying to get the slipstream. He knows how important this move will be to get away from the rest of the field. 18.05 giving Duds his support as they come towards turn number 3. Can he get on the brakes a little bit later? Shadowstalker giving it his all to try and defend in the last chance saloon for this season, but he's got the position. So Duds moves up to 1st. Dominator is down to 6th. There's so much shuffling going on. Silver Fox 40 has left the room. Hartley's back up to 7th. Well played to him. He's got back onto the pack and got past Haas, who's going to try and move to the outside line at turn 4. Can he go round the outside at turn 4? He breaks later than D. Hartley. He's going to try and close the door as he goes through the corner. He's got the move, and KZ2 Haas moves back up the field and into 7th position. So Haas now making his moves. Dominator at the moment. In terms of the championship standings, Duds is champion as it stands with 12 minutes to go. But there's still a long way to go. There's still a lot of time for drivers to make moves. D10 Piper giving all of his support to Duds. KZ2 Haas's son giving more support as well in the comments. But Shadowstalker in 2nd place. Duds has broken away. He's doing exactly what he needs to do if he wants to win this championship. He leads the way. Shadowstalker's 2nd. He's under pressure from Chalk though. Chalk's going to be on the inside. He's looked very quick tonight as Chalk, just not had quite the look he needed. Danzo under pressure from Dominator 3. Dominator looking to move up the inside. This is important for his role in the championship. Bit of contact between Shadowstalker and Chalk, but Dominator can't quite squeeze his way through. And the chance that Haas needs. He goes along the outside line and Haas goes through. He's got the momentum and the slipstream given from Shadowstalker and Danzo. Can he squeeze his way through? He can. He's on the inside now. Can he get 3 positions in one corner? He's on the brakes. He locks up a little bit later. He's going to hit the inside of Chalk, but he gets the move done. And Chalk's up to 4th, and round he goes. So Haas moves to 3rd. Dominator 4th. Danzo, what on earth is he doing? I'm not sure. But nevertheless, Dominator fends him off. That was an unbelievable sequence of overtakes for Haas. How he's pulled that off, I don't know. But he's under pressure from Dominator going into turn 4. They're side by side, a bit of door rubbing. There's going to be no quarter left in this race, I can guarantee it. Hartley trying to get himself back involved in the championship, but at the moment he's losing ground in the battle for this championship fight. Unbelievable overtake from Haas. He's now in 3rd position. He's gaining just 2 points on Dominator. He needs to find more time. He needs to pull himself up the field. Dominator driving a consistent race. He's in the position where he wants to be in terms of tracking Haas, but still, it's not enough. Duds at the moment 21 points as opposed to Dominator's 13. 8 points. He would be champion by just 1, would Duds as it stands. So many comments coming through in the chat. It's unbelievable. Oh, that's unbelievable for Dominator. trying to get past Haas. And Danzo's not making it easy for anyone as well. He wants to try and make a move up the inside. Going into turn 3. He's on the brakes, defending his Haas. There's more. There's 3 wide in the background between Shadowstalker and Hartley and Disciver. Hartley's going to try and squeeze his way through if he can, but he can't quite get the momentum, so he has to stay in 7th and covers off Disciver at the minute. Duds is leading the way. 1.6. Champion-elect as it stands. KZ2 Haas and Dominator, they're fighting so hard at the moment. They need to work together if they want any form of championship contention. Big Madaz, I said he'd be involved. He's in 2nd. He's just running around on his own at the minute. Is doing enough. So that's actually setting a purple sector there. He's got fastest lap so far, so he's taking points away. Dominator knows if he gets 3rd, the championship is his. Haas knows he needs to get more points if he wants to make any impression on that Joyce Design car. And look how close Dominator is to the back of Haas. He's run over the curb a little bit. They've gapped Danzo. Haas going extremely defensive down the straight. Not that he needed to. Dominator's got a penalty. I thought he was going to go into the back of Haas then. D. Hartley's just got himself up to 6th by the look of things. His championship, though, affected by that start line incident. And I'm afraid it might just be a bridge too far for him. But look at Dominator trying to go around the outside of Haas. He knows how important this move is. He's trying to look to the outside. He can't quite make it, so he's going to sit in the slipstream of Haas in front of him. This is where the championship fight is at. Is he going to go to the outside? No, he can't quite get there. And now he goes to the outside line because Haas covers the inside. On the brakes they go into turn 4. Tries to get underneath Haas, but he can't quite make it. Haas is doing everything he can. Haas needs to gain more positions though if he wants to win this championship. At the moment he's only gaining 2 on Dominator. Realistically, he needs to get a little bit further up the field. A spoiler alert for anyone who wants to watch Lobby 1, don't listen to me in the next 10 seconds, but it has been confirmed the champion in Lobby 1 is Hirakram by 1 point as far as I can see. But we're not concentrating on that because Big Madaz is closing the gap to Duds. 3 tenths taken on that last lap. Big Madaz, I said earlier on in this campaign, he's not had a race win. What a way to leave it with the pressure on Duds at the moment. Haas has got a 1 second penalty. He should be able to clear most of that under the braking zone, and he sets a purple sector 1. Clears a little bit of it. Oh, he's just run wide at turn 3. Fortunately for him, Dominator not close enough to make any impression on the back of him. Is he going to look to the inside? He doesn't. Haas just breaking a little bit later into the corner. 6 minutes 15 to go in the session. Duds still champion-elect. Chalk has now taken fastest lap in the meantime. They're having a great fight for 7th, 8th and 9th in the background, but we're concentrating on the championship drivers at the moment. Disciver and D. Hartley are also fighting really hard at the moment. But look at this championship fight. Hartley can't get anywhere near these two. KZ2 Haas and Dominator. This is for the championship. Dud's doing what he needs to do, but he's being closed by Big Madaz. Another 3 tenths taken. 5 minutes 30 to go. KZ2 Haas at the moment spoiling the party for Dominator's championship. Oh, Dominator goes over the curb. But they're still pushing it. 4 seconds covers the top 4. And a penalty for Dominator. Haas has 9 tenths to try and clear. He's got to try and get rid of that. Under the braking zone going into turn 3. Clears a little bit of it. Not as much as he would have wanted. As Dominator played it really well. Took 4 tenths out of his time gap. A lot of pressure riding on Dudds' shoulders. A regular frequenter of these streams. He normally listens to them in the background if he is doing. He knows that he's just got to keep going keep driving in terms of what he's doing at the moment. But can he hold on? Big Mada's certainly no slouch. Dominator. He'll be watching this back and he knows he's got to try and get past Haas. This is the position he wants in the championship, because right now the championship fight is between Dominator and Dudds, and it all comes down to one position change for either of them. Will completely turn the complexion of the championship on its head. And for those that are watching, I will be interviewing the driver who wins the championship as Dominator goes sideways at the final corner. Just holds on. The gap coming down as well. The gap down 3.5 seconds between the top 4. Big Madas losing a bit of time. Not just to Dudds, but to KZ2 Haas, who's hauling his way forward. A new fastest lap on that one. Dudds goes deep into the hairpin. 2.9, 2.4. The gap is coming down. KZ2 Haas, can he make a last-ditch challenge? Dominator's just falling away. The championship momentum is swinging towards Dudds. And look at KZ2 Haas has gone round the outside. He gets through up to second. KZ2 Haas is gaining 5 points on Dominator. This is going to be so tight in the championship fight. He's got 6 points, in fact, because of the fastest lap. He started 6 points behind Dominator. 6 points. They're going to be equal, but he needs 1 more point. He needs 1 more point. He's got 2 seconds and 2 minutes 45. Don't forget, Dominator, if he gets past Big Madas, then Haas will need the race win. It could go any way. 2.5 minutes to go. This is incredible. Who is going to take this championship? 2.9 separates the drivers. 2.8, a 32.8 on that last lap for Dominator. Dudds has lost the pace. He's done a 33.4 and he's got a penalty to deal with. Haas is flying. 1.6. 2 minutes 10 seconds on the clock, and Dominator is in the slipstream of Big Madas. This is for the championship. He moves to the inside of turn 3. Can he get on the brakes? He can. Side by side, bit of door banging, but Dominator goes through and he leads the championship again. Unbelievable. Dominator leads the championship with a last-ditch move with 1:40 to go. It all comes down to whether Haas now can make any impression on Dudds in front of him. There will be time for 1 more lap. Haas is lapping as best as he can. Dudds looks like he's gained a bit more time back this lap. Dominator, though, is leading the championship with just 1 lap after this remaining. He's got to fend off Big Madas. Otherwise, the pendulum will swing back Dudds' way. Danzo and Duskiva were side by side for a brief moment. But Dominator, he led at the season start. He led for most of the championship standings in the first half of the season. He was imperious in his earlier form, but now he stands on the precipice. He's got 9 corners after this one. Dudds is doing everything he can, but at the moment it's just not going to be enough. Haas is trying his utmost. He's going to take 19 points as it stands. This is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen, how close this is. D. Hartley, he's driven brilliantly all season, but it's not going to be his night. He's just going to come up short. But Dominator just needs to fend off Big Madas. The timer will tick over This is confirmed. This is the final lap. KZ2 Haas is not close enough. 1.5. Duds is doing what he needs to do. He'll be watching that gap between Dominator and praying for a mistake, but he's going to have what can only be described as an incredible season for Duds. Look at Big Mada's trying to make a move. He can't quite get there. But Duds is going to come round the final corner. He's going to win this race, but it's just going to be short of the championship. Haas is trying everything, but he's not going to get there. It's going to be for the season championship. Dominator 3 is your champion of the Lobby 2 for the Renault Mégane trophy. Unbelievable. He has done it with 2 laps to go. He has taken his championship crown. And Dominator 3 is the champion. What an incredible finale that was. Duds has driven excellently all season. He's unlucky to come up short. So was Haas. An incredible drive through the field, but it was just short. To give you an idea of the championship standings, at the end of all this, Dominator wins on 287, Duds is second on 286, and KZ2 Haas is third on 285. Unbelievable. Will Dominator know? Will he know? We're about to find out. I'm going to invite him into the chat area to say well done. I'm also going to invite Jordan in as well. He's the lobby host. So just a quick invite over to Dominator. Hope he's ready. Whether he will be or not is another matter. But that was absolutely fantastic. What an incredible championship this has been. And Dominator has joined us now. Kev, have you got your party settings so that everyone can hear you? For those that are still watching, just Dominator, give us a quick talk just so we can hear you. Did everyone hear the hello? Wait for the comments in the chat. It's a little bit slower to see where everyone is. A couple of comments coming in, so I'm assuming that would be the case. Kev, well done, mate. I can confirm you are the champion of Lobby 2 in the Renault Mégane trophy. The boys are saying, you're quiet, speak up. They absolutely do. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, a couple of people are just putting comments in. They can't quite hear you, but I can tell you right now, all they need to do is turn up the volume. Okay, because I can hear you perfectly fine on the stream. Did you know when you crossed the line that it was yours? Did you know the championship went your way?
Not at first. I was too busy looking around on the street. Went over first. I was like, have I done it? I don't know. I didn't want to push too hard in case I went on.
Yeah. What happened at the start of this race? Because there was a bit of contact between you, Danzo, and Hartley, and I saw Hartley bounce off into the wall and got himself together, but it was a bit of bunching, bit of braking going on.
I tried to lane brake myself, but then I think I carried too much.
Yeah, it seemed it's.
Turn 3, I was caught and I got hit with in turn 3.
Yeah. I can say on this point, I've got the championship standings in front of me, Kev. At the moment, You have scored 287 points with your drop scores. Duds has finished 1 point behind you on 286. It gets better, and Haas has finished on 285. You three separated by 2 points in the end. It has been. it there was I was commentating as I was watching you, and as I was saying that, you know, Duds for most of the race led all the way. He was leading the championship, it was his. And then when you made that move on Big Madas, that was the moment when you got the lead of the championship back. And you can watch that back with maybe, what was it, 2 laps to go, where you got that move and it was yours. And you know something, Kev, for yourself, looking through the championship, you've had, you know, some great wins, you know, 5 race wins this season. You know, tonight was all about scoring the points that you needed, and you did it. You did exactly what you needed to. But yeah, no, and I said exactly that during the pre-race stream. I said that there were a couple of drivers like Big Madas and Chalk who had been exceptionally impressive in practice, and they just put themselves where they needed to be. Yeah, absolutely. Outside of the course. Hmm. D10 Piper and Martin, both of them former Lobby 2 drivers, you know, to show the elevation of speed in between the lobbies. But outside of this moment, you know, you're champion, this is where we're at. I mean, what was your best moment for yourself for the season? Where did you sit there and you think, that's what a moment? Outside of obviously today. Yeah. Yeah. I know, around the outside at the final, the penultimate corner was incredible. It was really good. I know, there was only 600ths between you as you crossed the line. That was a brilliant moment, and that's, you know, that moment in itself is one of those that have led to today, to you being crowned Lobby 2 champion. Absolutely, I can imagine. It has been, and you know, with next season, it's looking like, you know, I mean, with the way that the lobbies might be working, could be a chance for you to defend your crown. You know, depending on how it works out. It has been so close. Yeah. Laguna Seca, Brands Hatch, the first races. Because you know, up until this stage, you know, in the championship, and you know, when we came to Laguna Seca, realistically it was looking like a battle between yourself and D Hartley, and then Duds and Haas and Deskyver appeared in the second half of the season, and they were absolutely incredible. Did you feel did you did you feel an additional pressure, you know, when you went round, you know, in Laguna Seca and Brands Hatch? Did you think, maybe it's coming away from me?
Yeah, I put a lot of pressure on, so I like changing settings on the
Yeah. And then you bounced back in Alsace and took the championship lead again, and that's what it's all about. But no, especially with 5 of you heading into the finale and then 4 in that final race. I mean, going into that final race, you were all covered by 7 points. 7 points, and it ended up being, the top 3 separated by 2. So, that's just shows how competitive. Yeah. Absolutely, and we might be looking next season at new drivers coming in Lobby 2 and seeing how it all pans out, but we'll find out then. But I want to just say congratulations to you, Kev. It's well deserved. You've been excellent all season, and I think the raw pace has been there. 5 pole positions, 5 race wins, number of fastest laps. You could take yourself away and be happy with how the season's gone. And congratulations to yourself. Not a problem. So, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Lobby 2 of the Renault Mégane Trophy, sponsored by Power Max Racing here with NXTGEN. It has been an incredible season, full of woe, misery, but incredible action and fighting and unbelievable overtakes and wonderful intensive moments. But we crowned our champion tonight in the form of NXTGEN Dominator 3. He is the Lobby 2 champion, and hopefully he will have a chance to defend his crown in the next season when we come back in a number of weeks. We'll give you more information on when the Mégane Trophy will return for both Lobby 1 and Lobby 2. We'll give you more information on the NXTGEN social media channels, of course, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course Discord, the website included in all of that. In terms of how everything will pan out for next season, we'll soon find out. There may be some tweaks to the rules, some new liveries coming in terms of the updates for Power Max Racing as well. So you may see some new colourful schemes presented and a blaze on the cars, and will Dominator run with the number 1 next to his car? That's a decision only he can make for that season 21. But I hope you've had a wonderful time watching this championship. We're going to break for a number of weeks at NXTGEN, but do, like I say, check us out on those aforementioned channels. But for the final time this season, I've been Jack TM53, commentator of Lobby 2, and wherever you might be in the big wide world, have a good one, and see you in the next season.